Do you ever just feel lost in life, finding yourself asking, what is my purpose here on earth? If you're feeling lost, which we all do from time to time, know that you aren't truly lost. You've just been misled. When we come into this earth, we know what we love. We know what we're drawn to as children. We play, we have hobbies and interests, we create, we have fun. But we are told as we get older, oftentimes by adults in our lives who were told the same thing by their parents before them, generations down the line, that these hobbies, interests, things that we love and have passion for aren't practical, they aren't logical, that we can never build a life or a career around them, and that they should always just remain our hobbies. Children are taught to sacrifice their gifts in order to become a cog in society's machine. They are taught to fall in line, and those that teach them this don't always have ill intentions. A lot of times, they are teaching them their own programming. In other words, their own paradigm, their own worldview, the way in which they see the world. And we can't expect other people to see the world differently than they do. The adults in our lives can't teach us what they haven't learned themselves. They can only teach us what they know and what worked for them. But if you found this video, I would bet that you are a conscious adult. You are that child who had interests, passions, things that lit them up, who was programmed by parents, teachers, society itself to forgo these passions, but now you are taking your power back. You are awakening to your own soul's potential, to the value of those talents. Because like I say in the Bible, talents in the parable of the talents actually didn't refer to hobbies as we think of today as unprofitable hobbies. Talents actually referred to sums of money. So if you're listening to this, you are someone who is reawakening to their own value of their talents, to the value of those things that light up their soul. But maybe you're still feeling a bit unsure. Maybe you're looking for a sign from the universe. Maybe this video is part of the universe delivering your sign. Let me know in the comments below. Share a little bit about yourself or your story, or let me know if any of these signs or anything about this video resonates with you. Because like I always say, in our community here, love is catching like wildfire. We are building this supportive community of like-minded, conscious, creative beings here on YouTube. If that resonates with you, please do subscribe to this channel and join this community as we uplift one another in our own individual and shared journey in this world. For those of you who are new here, my name is Infinity, and this is Magnetize Yourself, where we talk about life, love, spirituality, and of course, the law of attraction. If you've been looking for a sign that you are on purpose, that you are on your path, and maybe you're feeling confused or unsure, because let's face it, this path we're on, even when you are on purpose and you are on path, things can still happen that seem to throw you off. You can still feel very doubtful and uncertain at times, even when you're walking in the right direction. Your voice can still shake, even when you're speaking your truth. Because oftentimes, as we go from such a drastic shift from being so deeply programmed in society's matrix in a very set way of thinking, a rigid way of thinking, to suddenly going through this spiritual awakening that transforms us and our lives in every way imaginable. In the space between, there is a limbo in which we can feel a little shaky. Things can feel a little uncertain. We can find ourselves taking steps in the dark and never being quite sure whether or not that next step is always going to be there in front of us. And so I want you to know, before I get into these signs, I feel someone out there listening needs to hear that you are supported. Someone listening is feeling as if they are in the dark. I want you to know that you know more than you realize that you know. You have been taught to doubt your own intuition in many ways, but you are overcoming that. You are continuing to step forward in the dark, and you can trust that the ground will still be under your feet with every next step, and that just like driving at night with the headlights, you may only be able to see as far as the headlights, but you can make it the whole trip that way. Sign number 1, a sign from the universe that you are achieving your divine calling, that you're on the right path. Follow your energy. Although we are able to chart our own destiny in life, to decide what we want to aim at, that is our right and our free will as the conscious creators of ourselves and our lives. Many people get confused because they have difficulty finding a balance between setting a definite purpose and goals for ourselves and also being guided. But these two things go together. We as humans, as souls having a human experience, are given a gift of free will, which means we can decide to manifest, to create anything in our lives. We can create any future we want for ourselves, and in fact, the very fact we can imagine it is actually ourselves in the present moment having a vision of a possible future for ourselves, which means that, truly, as Walt Disney said, if we can dream it, we can do it. If we can imagine it, we can experience it in reality. However, as we set this goal, as we aim at something, we will be guided then. After we have decided, after we have set an intention or a purpose, we will be guided into the perfect path to that goal, to that destination. And our intuition is that GPS. Now, the thing about intuition is it's not always just intuition of emotions. We can experience intuition on many different levels. And yes, emotion is absolutely a key indicator. If you are feeling joyful, excited, enthusiastic about a particular path, and you have an end goal in mind and you're not sure whether this path will get you there or not, the fact you are feeling excited about it means that this is your path. Sometimes the reason we can confuse our own guidance is because we think we know the way to our goal. And we don't realize that our higher selves, the universe, whatever divine force you connect with personally, is always leading us down the best path to that goal, to that purpose that we have set for ourselves. So yes, we can create anything in our lives, but be open to the path by which you can take to achieve that goal. Because sometimes there is a route you never could have imagined that will bring you higher heights of enthusiasm, joy, connection, and soul level fulfillment than the path you ever could have planned for yourself within your own conscious thinking mind. But like I said, that intuition, that GPS to the perfect path, isn't just our emotional intuition. That is a piece of it. But our intuition speaks to us through many levels of our being, including our physical body. So, if you are feeling naturally very energized about a certain purpose, The idea of doing that thing makes you want to jump out of bed on a Monday morning full of excitement and passion and energy. That is your path. That is your purpose. That is the universe calling you forward by the best avenue to achieve your heart's goal, dream, or desire. On the other hand, oftentimes, because of the ways we are trained by society, we ignore our body intuition. Have you ever worked a job that you hated or been in a relationship that was very toxic and it seemed to be taking a very physical toll on you? You felt very low energy, you felt tired all the time, you may have even found yourself getting physically ill. This is because we have not just emotional intuition, but body intuition. Our bodies are always guiding us to the best path for us. The path with the most uplifting energy will always cause us to feel better, more energized, happier, and more relaxed in our bodies. So if you are in a particular job or relationship or situation, even if you are telling yourself, this is the path I have to take to get to this goal, if in the moment it is making you feel physically drained, very tired, very stressed out, very tense and unhealthy in your body, that is not the path to your goal. And that is why we so often get confused, because especially within the inspirational, motivational space, we are constantly taught to ignore our body intuition. We're told that it is the grind. What we aren't taught about is effortless success, effortless wealth, effortless abundance, not just financially, but emotionally, abundance of joy, abundance of love, abundance of connection. We're taught sacrifice and hard work and pain, but we're not taught that we are actually always being guided to our heart's desire on a scenic route, on a path that will be full of joy, expansion, excitement, and connection, not just when we reach that end destination, but on the way to that particular goal. The second way in which we can be guided that may seem very counterintuitive is sometimes if we don't burn our bridges, the universe will burn them for us. Have you ever heard the story of the story of an army that had to fight a country, a place full of people who were much stronger than them, who by all logical means should have won, should have beat them? And the commander of the army, when he got to this place, they sailed there, and he burned all the boats, and he said to all his men, "See the boats burning? That means we either win or we perish." And they won. Your life is very much the same way. We are taught too frequently to always keep a plan of escape, an exit strategy, a plan B. We aren't taught the power of a burning desire, the power of a desire that is so strong you cut all sources of retreat and focus single-mindedly on that one goal with all your mind, body, and soul. We aren't taught that there is such a power in that, a power that is very magnetic, that by burning your bridges, you can truly magnetize yourself, magnetize your energy for the thing you desire. And sometimes that is the only way to truly signal to your own subconscious mind that you are serious about a particular goal and dream, to the point where you will be able to manifest it. Oftentimes we get cold feet. We try to leave these ways of escape. We stay in that job we hate, but we kind of try to build this business on the side. We stay in that relationship with that person that is draining us because we're afraid of being alone, but we long for someone else. Well, sometimes in these cases, because of whatever divine forces you connect with, the universe, your higher self, your guides, you will be pushed in the direction that will lead you toward your soul's highest desire, toward your divine calling, by having the bridges burned behind you, sometimes before you feel you are ready. Just know that if these bridges are burning, you may not feel ready, but you are ready. The universe, your higher self, your guides, they know you are ready. You are ready for this next step, even if you are afraid. You can be afraid, and you can step forward into your truth anyway. This is when we lose our job unexpectedly before we think we are ready, when that romantic partner we weren't very happy with breaks up with us and leaves us alone when we were always terrified of being alone. And usually that is what happens. This bridge is burned behind us. We don't feel ready. And that thing we were most afraid of happens. The thing that terrified us the most, that caused us sleepless nights, happens. And because it happens, we have no choice. We have no choice but to get out there and attract our soulmate. We have no choice but to get out there and live our life on purpose, to build that soul-centered business or career, or go for that dream job. Sometimes a sign from the universe is leaving us no other way of escape, leaving us no other option but to move forward. The third sign from the universe that you are on the right path, that you are on purpose, is that while you are meditating or while you are dreaming, you receive these sudden flashes that almost feel like these very brief but vivid visions of yourself living in this dream or purpose like it's already happening. And you may tell yourself this is just your own imagination. But what you are actually feeling in this moment could be considered like a message from your future self. These flashes of visions that feel so real to you feel real because just like you can vividly remember something that happens in the past, these visions are like your soul remembering something that is going to happen in the future. This is a sign that you have energetically lined everything up beneath the surface. Even if it feels like in the 3D, in the physical, things aren't changing yet, having these sudden visions is a sign that you have lined up the energy and set yourself on the path to achieving this goal. That is why you are able to experience it so vividly in these visions, in these dreams, because what you are experiencing isn't just an imagining, it is actually a memory of the future you have already created for yourself. If you'd like to get in touch with these visions of your future self, these messages from your future self, or to be able to experience other powerful meditation experiences, I would highly recommend incorporating subliminals into your daily meditation routine. Because in every single moment, we are receiving signs and messages from this future self, not just about the things we could possibly experience in the future if we continue on this path, but also advice, guidance, and wisdom on the best path forward. And we can follow this wisdom, we can begin to hear it and follow it as soon as today, and to begin to take quantum leaps toward these goals. The only thing standing between us and our own intuition, guiding us into this highest path toward these beautiful futures for ourselves, is our own self-doubt, our own fear, the ways we've been programmed by society to doubt our own intuition. Like I said, many of us were taught really that there was no divine path for us, divine purpose, that our talents were worthless, and we must participate in our own healing through meditation. And one great way to do that is through subliminals, which naturally are designed to reprogram the subconscious mind, where all these teachings and societal programmings and negative, outdated beliefs and thought patterns are being stored. Specifically, I would recommend, if you are a beginner to subliminals, checking out my 7 chakra clearing subliminal. I use this exact meditation every single morning, and it really helps me clear my energy, ground myself, and hear my own intuition on the best path forward to my own goals and dreams. That will be in the pinned comment as well as the description box. And when you sign up for a trial account on my website, Sound and Soulful, you can try the subliminal and any of the over 100 subliminals in my library completely free for 7 days. Also, thank you to all of you who are already members and supporting me monetarily in my work here on this channel through membership on my site. The fourth way to know that you are on the right path, that you are achieving your divine calling, a sign from the universe, is that you are scared, but you find yourself continuing to move forward anyway. Because even in those moments of fear, uncertainty, and anxiety, you feel this depth of passion, excitement, enthusiasm like you've never felt in your entire life before. This is a sign that you are truly coming into your own soul purpose, your soul path, maybe for the first time in your entire life. And that is why, despite being afraid, you are also so enthused, so exhilarated, so excited for what you are creating, because this is what your soul came to this planet to create, what it destined to create. And the fifth and final sign from the universe that you are on your divine path, that you are living your purpose, is a bit counterintuitive. This is that maybe you aren't connecting as well with the people around you. In fact, maybe people are criticizing you. Maybe they're teasing you or talking about you behind your back, or they say you've changed, or they don't quite understand you. And yet, you find yourself, again, maybe for the first time in your life, you find yourself not caring as much as you used to, because you feel as if you are being pulled forward magnetically by this invisible force, by this guiding hand. You feel as if you are being strongly called forward onto this path, even if you can't see the entirety of that path. You don't know all the twists and turns, back roads and dead ends this path may lead you on. But you feel so strongly pulled toward it with all your heart and soul that it begins to matter less and less what the people around you think or say about you. You find yourself feeling more internally confident, the kind of confidence that can only come by living your soul's purpose, by expressing your authentic self. This is a very clear indication, a sign from the universe. You are coming into your divine purpose, walking your soul's highest path. I hope this video resonated with you and shed some light upon this path, especially if it feels as though you are walking in the dark. I want to admonish and encourage each of you, if it does feel dark, continue taking that next step forward, following that pull, using your intuition as a GPS, however it speaks to you. Trusting your own guidance and not the ways you were programmed, those old forms of programming. That fear mentality is outdated for you. And even though it still may resurface from time to time, that is okay, because you are being pulled forward so irresistibly, magnetically, and strongly. You will always find your way back onto that path, and ultimately, you will find your way to that end goal, to that destiny you created for yourself. If I did resonate with you, please subscribe to this channel. Join our community of like-minded, conscious, creative beings here on YouTube. Have an absolutely wonderful start to your new year. Thank you for joining me here on this channel in 2021. Let's make it an amazing, creative, beautiful, and miraculous year together. I'll talk to you again in the next podcast.